Kei Kurono from the anime Gantz can be seen as the worst good guy to grace our screens in recent years, purely because he isn't our typical protagonist. But I think his character is hyper realistic and relatable to us human beings in real life, what we're like in reality, which is when looking back you have to respect his character and understand his development within the series. But before we dive into this topic, guys, it's your boy Jay Unchained, your neighborhood samurai. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't been in before, like my videos. I'm trying to get at the big dogs, show your boy some love, alright? Cool. Sliding back into the topic at hand. Okay, so we have Kei, right? He's terrible, he's self-absorbed, rude, and far from compassionate. If we're being honest, at the start of the series, he was a big jerk towards everyone, even towards himself. He starts Gantz, hesitant to help others, and blatantly admits to looking down on everyone else. You know, there are a few moments in the series where he does show a sensitive side, but it's not good enough at the start anyways. But like I said before, I feel like his character is hyper realistic to the world that we're currently living in today. People aren't perfect, people aren't reluctant to help those that need help, especially today. And I don't know why that is, but it's just not like that. So maybe Gantz was perceiving the future almost. Now his character is young, you know, and the stuff that he cares about isn't the same as what, I don't know, an adult might care about. So that's another reason why his character may come across a bit reluctant to help people, an utter jerk, etc. Like, how many videos do we see online today of people getting into situations and no one will help the person, whether it's a fight or whether it's a shootout or whatever it may be. People rather get out their phones and record. So I feel like his character is almost comparable to us humans today. But of course, not everybody's like that. We do have some heroes amongst us. And that's where the contrast between the two characters within Gantz, Kaito and Kei, provides proof of Gantz's masterful storytelling, you know, and character building. Kaito strives to protect humans while being a compassionate towards all life forms. That includes aliens, you know. Kaito's character is basically the model child, the golden child. He's basically the poster boy of what human civilization should be like. So the contrast between these two characters lets you know that there is undoubtedly a difference between people within civilization, within humanity, but it doesn't mean that one of them is worse than the other, because any person can step up to the plate at any given time. Now, although Kaito does influence Kei to become more considerate and courageous, it's funny because when Kei was younger, he was the role model for Kaito because he was more fired up, he was more protective over his peers, he was a different man, you know. And that's like a lot of people, when they're young, they're very different to how they are when they grow up, because the way they perceive life became something else. But this depiction of Kei's courageous self when he was younger further entails and indicates that his character does have it in him to be a role model citizen, a person to be compassionate, helpful, powerful, and he does reach his potential. It's manifested when Kei is called upon to become a hero throughout the manga, you know, fighting terrifying monsters and even dying for the sake of humanity. And I feel like that's why his character is beautiful, because it shows you that everyone isn't expected to be like the next man or the next woman. You can't expect someone to be a hero and do something that you may do within a situation, because you don't understand how someone will perceive it, how someone will react, how someone will overcome their fears. But slowly over time, if the person is put in enough situations where they have to take it upon themselves to be greater, they will when they can. And I feel like that is exactly what humanity is about. You know, not everybody can be like the next person. When you go to the gym, not everybody can be the strongest. You have to work towards a certain goal. You got to work towards, you know, gaining experience, being better. So although his character isn't your typical protagonist, he isn't that superhero model, he is more realistic and relatable to us humans in real life. He's a character that has sometimes bad thoughts, good thoughts, and his character is more realistic and humane, in contrast to his counterpart Kaito, who's just like a royal knight, a knight in shining armor, which isn't realistic to the emotions that humans go through daily. The development of his character is actually crazy, because Kei begins the series reluctant to save one man, right? And in the end, he risks it all to save the whole world. His character goes through strife, agony, pain, and he also goes through growth, development, you know, something that we all go through as we grow older and gain age within life. So I feel like psychologically, Kurono's character definitely is a play on the mind, and is one of the best to come out of manga in recent years. Like I said, because his character is inherently heartless, you know. He doesn't understand why someone like, I don't know, Kaito wants to save the whole world, you know, because he looks down on everybody. But the reason he looks down on everybody is because he never had that love from his family. He was never shown that love, you know. He never gained that approval from his family. So this inherently, you know, affected his mental state throughout life, you know, even down to him living by himself. So in terms of him saving the world, he thinks to himself, why would I do that? Why would I save another human being when my own family doesn't care about me? In his mind, he feels like, why should he care about another human being? And the only thing at the start of the series that he cares about is basically getting laid in his own self. But like I said, as the series goes on, the manga or the anime, however you want to go, yeah, his character grows and develops into something beautiful, something uncanny, something realistic to us as human beings. And I feel like you can't overlook his character, because I feel like his character is so dynamic in the aspect of life. It shows you that you can be one person today and another person tomorrow. It's all based on your outlook on life, your environment, and the people that you're around. And Kaito, for example, his character was around Kurono so much that he had an effect without even noticing. And as the series goes on, Kurono starts to understand Kaito's character and why he done the things that he did, because he started to understand that he had love from people that was around him, you know, when they was going through like the terrors with the aliens, etc. Yeah, but he never knew, he didn't clock on at first, he didn't understand it. But as the series came to an end, he started to understand that he did have people that cared for him, that loved for him. And by the time he reached that enlightened form, you know, enlightened mindset, he was already saving the earth. He's already saved thousands of people, humanity, etc. And it just shows you how a person can develop. So was Kurono like one of the worst characters that was like a protagonist? Hell yeah, at the start he was anyways. But in the end, his character completely shifts and changes, and he becomes something beautiful, like a butterfly. Guys, let me know what you think about this video. This is about Gantz. If you haven't watched it, definitely go and check it out. I might do a full video on the series Gantz. Guys, it's a seinen manga, psychological, sci-fi. It's got everything, a bit of everything, you know. It's not for the faint-hearted, so if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And this is your boy Jay Unchained. This was a short video, but I might extend it in the video. But guys, what do you feel about this character analysis? Was it accurate? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let's make a discussion. Leave your comments below. I'm looking out. Peace.